Hey everybody, we're back and we're going to get right to it today. If you haven't, please take a sec and subscribe to the channel, like the video. We are putting out regular content and want to make sure that you don't miss anything, and let's get right into it.
The fastest way to home ownership in Canada, there's a couple things that are vital. I have a Financial Post, this is not the whole story here, but Financial Post put out an article last month, and I wanted to bring this up. You know, first-time home buyers, you think it's like impossibly unaffordable in Canada. Well, that's completely factually untrue. Absolutely not true at all. It is very possible. In the first quarter of 2024, out of all of the sales that happened, 44%.
Oh yes, that's right. They're first-time home buyers.
Are first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
Now, do first-time home buyers, like, where did they buy? Did they all buy in New Brunswick? Did they all buy in like some place out in the middle of nowhere where houses are like $60,000, $90,000? Yes, those places do exist, but that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because where the majority of the sales happen is places like the Greater Toronto area, where the high populations are, right? The Golden Horseshoe, that kind of thing, and Greater Vancouver area in the Lower Mainland. That's where the most amount of sales happen.
Okay.
And I'm just going to add a couple things to this. The average first-time homebuyer's age is 36 years old. The median wage is about $83,000.
Okay.
And the average purchase price, median purchase price, I can't remember exactly what the chart said, was $530,000.
Okay.
So, but the Financial Post here, I want to give you something valuable. The next step here is the Financial Post has an article for young people. The fastest route to home ownership runs through the trades.
Okay.
So, what are the benefits of like doing the trade?
So that you can hire your own people to come and work on your house, build your house for you.
That's right. Get all four kids into different trades.
Right.
One's going to be like,
you're the electrician.
I need a sparky, a hammer swinger, a shitter fitter. I don't have a. Anyways, I'll stop there before I get in trouble, right? But with all this housing affordability becoming a political issue, there's a lot of pressure from the federal government, provincial government, everybody onto streamlining building homes.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Canada needs something like an additional, I don't remember exactly the timeline, in the next 10 years, whatever they said, 3.6 million magical fairy dust homes built.
Yeah, I remember we did. Yeah, we did that. Yeah.
So we just don't have enough like trades, supplies, everything like that. Even with like right now, construction has slowed down but hasn't stopped.
Right.
Trades with the boomers, we love the boomers, but they get a lot of blame for, you know, it's all their fault for the housing affordability. That's a different video we covered. Yeah,
it's not, by the way.
It's not. It's just that's the government is blaming.
That's ridiculous, but okay.
They're going to be retiring. And they make up a huge portion of our skilled trades that build homes. So taking on one of the trades, I know I did all the nicknames, so electricians, plumbers, framers, finishers, all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure there's more. I think there's like 40, on average, 40 different contractors to build a house.
Yeah.
Okay. So going to post-secondary school is not expensive like getting a 4 or 5 year degree. So after a few years of apprenticeship, employment, you'll have job history. You probably have paid off your school debt by then.
Right.
So you're starting off on the right foot, not highly in debt. Start getting a better wage on average than getting your 4 or 5 year degree from university. And most likely the quickest route to making a 6-figure income. Now, not all trades can do that, but it's possible. Now, the second thing I want to add is using your RRSPs as your down payment, or an RRSP loan as your down payment. So if you get yourself in a trade, you're starting to have a good income, and you want to have some income tax deductions, start contributing to your RRSPs. Now, it's hard to think when you're like 20 years old what you're going to be doing when you're 65 and planning that far ahead. But don't think about that just yet. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But know that you can use up to $35,000 of your RRSP. You can borrow against it
Right.
for your down payment. So you've been using your RRSP contributions to lower your income tax a little bit. So you're saving a little bit of money. You could use that savings to put back into more RRSP contributions the next year. Okay, so now if you use this, you have to repay this back.
Sure.
So this year the loan, the amount has changed. So you can borrow more money, $35,000. If you use that as a minimum down payment on a house, you need 5% minimum down payment up to $500,000, and then it's 10% for the rest. So it could be up to a $600,000 first home. Mm-hmm. Now, you have to qualify as a first-time home buyer to use this, or not have bought a place or not owned a place in the last 5 years. There's some other things to qualify in there as well, but that's the main ones. You have to be a permanent resident of Canada, and the property has to qualify as well. So I think it excludes like acreages, these things, and you have to occupy the property within like 1 year of purchasing it. Okay. So, said all those things. The first thing you would have to do is apply for the RRSP loan. Now, you need a job, and you need a credit score of at least 600 for this to work. And if you're approved, the money has to be vested for 90 days. So what that means is it has to sort of like, I don't know, sit in limbo.
It's got to be in the account for 90 days.
It's got to be in the account for 90 days before it's released. So you have to plan ahead a little bit on this. And if you don't spend it, like if you don't use it to purchase your first home by October 1st, it sounds like you have to return it and do it all over again. And then after 90 days, you can remove the money and use it towards the purchase of your first home. So in the and then you're on the hook for 15 years. That's your time limit to pay it back. Now, for a first-time home buyer, do you know anybody that has stayed in their property for the full 15 years?
No. Usually first-time home buyers are 2 to 5 years.
Yeah, they're out in a handful of years, and they use the build up an equity to pay back that loan. And now they've built up equity in their property, they use that to move up. Or, maybe they bought it as a single person, and now there's two people together and they pool their equity to buy something together. But in the meantime, you could still be repaying that as well. If you bought I'm going to throw this one out there. I know, and pre-construction isn't getting a lot of props these days. But if you buy pre-construction and it won't be built for 2-3 years, you have that opportunity to pay back your loan, knowing that you've already made the deposit and commitment. So maybe you can pay that back in 3 years. And once you've moved in, you are eligible for a first-time home buyer's credit. It's not a huge amount, but it's just more additional savings. So, I think a lot of people think it's impossibly unaffordable to get into the market. They're discouraged about their kids buying buying their first home. People themselves that are renting, they are discouraged about entering into the market. But this is just one program. I think for BC, we have a total of 7 programs. You can't use them all. You have to sort of weigh out which ones are most suitable for you. We talked about Langford for one particular project has a down payment assistance for first-time home buyers for their attainable housing program. So that's all I want to really pass on to people is don't be discouraged. Look at the options. What was your first-time home buyer there up in Duncan? And they didn't realize that they qualified
Yeah.
to purchase something
Right.
that worked out quite well for them. They're really happy.
They're very happy with their purchase, and
But they wouldn't have known.
they know. And here was what he said when we asked him. We were doing an interview with him, and I asked him, you know, why wait so long? Because they could have done this years ago. And what he said was, you know, we just believed everything that we read on the internet, and it wasn't until we actually started made a phone call and talked to a mortgage broker and talked to you that we realized, hey, wait a minute, we can actually do this.
So if you don't know if you qualify, or you don't know what programs are available, you know, you could do some Google searches. I've got everything organized that I could just send it to you. So our contact information is in the description below. And just to get more information, see if you qualify, talk to the experts. If it's a realtor, mortgage broker, your financial planner, your bank, start to figure out exactly where you fit. And you know what? Where you're living right now might be beyond the possibility of purchasing. Like it might be somewhere else. So I'd say be open to different locations.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to sacrifice location for affordability.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. Hope you got some good information out of that. Please take a minute and like and subscribe. It helps us out with getting the word out there. If you know anybody who you think needs to see what we're talking about, please let them know about it.
And of course, if you're thinking of buying or selling real estate in the Greater Victoria area or anywhere on Southern Vancouver Island, you can get a hold of us. Our information is in the description below, and we'd be happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
See ya.